Hello and welcome back to Camping with the Coles.
We're currently at the stunning Algonquin Provincial Park, presently at Canis Bay. And look at the view behind us. Doesn't get any better than that.
And this is a great spot to start off with a new video. And let's talk about trailer tours.
We love trailer. I cannot get enough of touring trailers. I should actually work in the industry, I think.
Yeah.
Because we go to all the RV shows. I'm constantly looking at online, going through virtual tours of trailers.
You like watching Josh, the RV nerd, online?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite. He gives it the good, the bad, the ugly. Yes.
Yeah. But all the ones we do, like online and the stuff that we see at the RV shows, they're all brand new trailers, and they're all trailers that have not been lived in, have not been used.
Correct.
So we thought we'd give you a little behind the scenes look at some trailers. So over the next couple of episodes, we're going to be doing some trailer tours of our friends' trailers.
They were so kind enough to let us enter and show us how they live when they're enjoying life.
So we're going to show you their trailers.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of small trailers, a couple hybrids that are medium-sized,
larger,
a couple larger size like ours.
But nothing too extreme. We don't have any fifth wheels. We don't have friends with fifth wheels.
No. So we're going to show you how the trailers are, how they come from the factory basically, and what modifications they've done, and what storage solutions they've come up with for their trailers.
What they like or don't like about their trailers.
Yeah.
There's always likes and dislikes.
So hopefully this gives you some ideas for your own travel trailer, or maybe for the next travel trailer you're looking to purchase.
So join us.
Let's start off with our travel trailer. Let's give them a tour of ours.
Okay.
This is our 2017 Coachmen Freedom Express 254 DSX. It's a 25-foot trailer. Actually, the main compartment of the trailer is 25 feet 4 inches. That's why it's a 254. With the tongue and the rear bumper, the whole thing is about 30 feet. But the tip out is an extra 4 feet on top of that. So you have to consider that when you're backing into a site if you need to use the tip out. It weighs 5,400 pounds. It has a gross vehicle weight ratio of about 7,500 pounds. So that's the trailer fully loaded, about 7,500 pounds. Our truck is capable of towing 10,000 pounds. Most hybrids, they have a tip out in each end, maybe one at the side too if it's a triple hybrid, and those are the main beds. Well, as you'll see when Cheryl shows you inside, we have a big queen bed in there, so there is a main bed in there, and this tip out is only used if we need it. We usually use it for when the kids are here, but it is excellent when it is out, and I can park our bikes underneath here, and it keeps our bikes nice and dry. This has 2 doors. This is our main door, goes into our kitchen area, and then down there is our bedroom door. The bedroom door doesn't get used that often, but it is nice. I like having it there because I keep some things on my nightstand there, like the fire plugs for lighting the fire and stuff. I don't have to go through the whole trailer to do it. I just open up that door, reach in, grab what I want. Also, we have a shoe rack there and stuff too, so I'm able to swap out my shoes and everything without actually going into the trailer. This is a 2-axle trailer, and it has a wide stance, so the wheels are a significant distance apart. That adds to the stability when driving down the road. We really like having the dual axles, especially if you were to have a blowout. It's nice that you still have another wheel on this side. You're not just completely out of commission riding on a rim or something like that. So you're able to limp to a safe spot to fix your tire. Okay, we have a great big beautiful awning right above me here, and it's a power awning. We can do that from inside the trailer, press the button, awning opens up. Also with the awning, it's spring loaded, you can just pull it down. At nighttime, we always pull down one end, or if you think it's gonna be raining, we always pull down an end so that the rain will drain off of it. One good thing about the awning is if we do forget to do that, and it does start raining, if water starts pooling, it'll automatically drop it like this, all the water will pour off, and then it just pops right back up again. So we've had that happen a couple times, and let me tell you, it scares the poop out of you when it happens, because you hear the big clunk and the splash and then the clunk of it going up again. But it is a very good thing, so it doesn't damage the awning. We have a lot of storage in this trailer. We have a pass-through storage right here. And if you look down, it goes all the way through to the other side. And there is a light switch in here. What came with the trailer right up here, there is a table, about a 4-foot table that came with the trailer and just goes up there with some straps. So that's a very handy thing to have. Let's go around to the other side. It's a lot sunnier over here. We keep most of our items in storage bins, and they're clear storage bins. We love having them clear because then you can see in an instant what is in each bin and you know which bin you're pulling out. So it's very handy to have the see-through bins. At the front of the trailer here, we have a couple of things that I've added onto it. Jacket bike rack, really like that. Can put 2 bikes up here, up to 80 pounds on this. It's so much better than having a bike rack on the back of the trailer. We used to do that. The bike rack on the back of the trailer, the bikes bounce around like crazy. They hardly move at all here. Plus, I can just, when driving, I can look in my rear view mirror and I can see the bikes and how they're doing. So that's really handy. It just fits on over top of your jack. We have a power jack here, and I purchased a 2-pack of these bags off of Amazon that covers the power jack and just protects it from rain and the sun and that sort of thing. Of course, we have our propane tanks underneath here. Recently, I switched from lead acid batteries to lithium iron phosphate batteries, and that's when I added this metal bin. It has a lock on the front of it. Open it up here. I have the 2 lithium iron phosphate batteries underneath here. I put the styrofoam on top and then strapped it down. The styrofoam protects it so that nothing will accidentally come in contact with the positive and negative bolts on the batteries, so I won't have any accidental shortages or anything like that. In here, I keep a few items. I keep things like the wrench for putting down the stabilizer jacks. I also keep the wrench for our weight distribution system that attaches to here. I keep little level to level the trailer, and I keep the wheel chocks in here. So it's a really nice, handy little spot right on the front of the trailer. And actually, the 2 lithium batteries and the box combined weigh considerably less than just the 2 lead acid batteries that I had on there. On the back side of the trailer here, we have our slide out. It's a really nice size slide out. Some slide outs only come out to about here or so. This is a full size slide out. Also, love having the windows in here. Some slide outs have no windows here. If there's no windows here, we'd have no view to the front or back of the trailer when we're inside. So this is really nice. It also provides a nice breeze going through the trailer. So having the windows in the slide out is a big plus. This is the emergency exit. It's next to Cheryl's side of the bed. This just pops right open. You can take it right out, pop out the screen, and get out here in case of an emergency. Also, it's handy if it's raining out, you can leave this window open because the rain can't go underneath and get inside. Now, if we have a look down here on our scissor jacks, what I've done is I have installed some SnapJacks on here. It's from a company called SnapPad, and they usually make pads for the self-leveling jacks that come down. Well, they also make these pads that you attach onto the bottom of your scissor jacks. They're made of recycled tires. They're called SnapJacks, and they just go up and down with the scissor jacks. Then you don't have to worry about putting boards down underneath. Gets really good traction because they're old tires, and it helps with the stabilization of the trailer. And so you can put it down in anything, in sand, grass, pavement, whatever. And especially if you're on asphalt or on concrete, you're not going to leave any marks on the asphalt or concrete. We have our city water intake here. This is when you're just filling up your fresh water tank. You put it in here. Something that's quite important, we've got a seam here. It happened to our friends that the caulking came apart here. Oftentimes when you're filling this up, water dribbles down. You don't want it to go down and get in and damage your floor inside. So you really need to keep up on your caulking. We're near the back of the trailer now. We have our standard shower that all trailers have. We have the city water connection. This is when you're plugged in to water. So when you don't have to use your pump, you're not filling up your fresh water tank. This is the city water connector. The hose plugs into there. Next to that is the black water flush. If you're cleaning out your black water tank, you can attach a hose to there and it shoots into your black water tank to help clean it out. And then we have a TV satellite hookup, which we never use. Underneath here, you've got both pipes for the gray and the black that go into one spot here, and they empty here. Very handy. The gray water handle is gray. The black water handle is black. Makes it nice and easy to remember how to do it. So at the very back of the trailer, underneath the tip out, we have another storage compartment here. And what I normally do here, this is where I keep all the power cords and the water hoses and things to go along with stuff like that. Another thing about the tip out is it's also an emergency exit. So there is a zipper that you can access from the inside, and you can unzip this so the screen comes right down and you can hop out. Now on top of the trailer at the back is a rear view camera. Now when I first got this, and I thought it would be great as a backup camera for backing into a site, but really, it doesn't help me at all backing into a site. It's just easier using my mirrors and talking to Cheryl on the phone and her directing me there. But I do like on the highway, when I'm driving down the road, I have a rear view mirror, and that is so nice to see the traffic behind me. It can see so much more than trailer mirrors can give you. Another thing that I like about it, inside the truck, I don't have a big monitor. Some of them have a big monitor that goes inside the truck. I don't have that. I just have something that fits over top of the rear view mirror in the truck. So it's over top of the rear view mirror. I just look at the rear view mirror and I see what's out in the rear view. I'm not going to put a link for this specific one in here. I don't have a rear view camera that I can really recommend. And the reason for that is I got this camera from a company. They wanted me to review it, and it was a prototype. It hadn't come out on the market yet. I did a whole bunch of tests on it and found out that it did not do what it said it would do at all. It was very unreliable, but I still have it on there. It works as a basic rear view camera, but it just didn't do everything that it was supposed to do. I don't know what the final product came out as, so I'm not going to really mention the name right now. They probably fixed all that. But yeah, rear view camera, really nice thing. The air conditioning on top of the trailer, I've added a soft start to that. So that's something you can purchase. So if you're using a generator, normally if you have a 2,000 watt generator, gas, propane generator, whatever it is, if it's around 2,000 watts, it won't be able to start your air conditioner. When the air conditioner starts, it takes a tremendous amount of power just for like a fraction of a second to start it, and then it settles down. Well, a 2,000 watt generator can run this air conditioner once it's started, but it can't start it. So you put a soft start in it, and you have to get up there, and anybody can do it. You can wire it yourself. You don't have to take it to a shop. They give you good instructions when you buy it. When you turn on the air conditioning, it then starts, the power goes up at an incremental level, and it doesn't go up super high, and you're able to run it. I found 2,000 watt generator can just barely run it. 2,500 watt generator is premium for that. So that's a soft start. Another thing added to this trailer is the tire pressure monitoring system. We got this one from Tire Minder, and you just take off the valve caps and put on the sensors, and then attach to the battery a booster, which puts it up to the cab of your truck. And it's solar powered there, so you don't have any wires or anything else. And I tell you, this is a game changer. I would highly recommend it. When you get a new trailer, one of the first things you should do is get a TPMS. The peace of mind it gives lets you know if the pressure is getting too high, pressure is getting too low, it's overheating, it shows a temperature. It hopefully prevents a blowout. One little decoration we have on our trailer, it's getting kind of old now, we might have to replace it, but it's our bear and moose in a canoe. And it is a nice little decoration, but little secret, and I have told people this before, it's covering up some damage that I did. At Arrowhead a few years ago, I backed into a site and didn't realize I gouged out a section of the wall on a tree branch. It went in about a quarter of an inch, so it went right through the hard outer shell and was into the styrofoam. So I replaced it with a boat hull repair. It's a mixture of two chemicals. Put it in there, sanded it, but it turns out it's black. So it didn't look real good. So I needed something to cover it up. And I ordered this sticker online and got it. I now have a Cricut machine at home, so I can make my own. So I'm probably going to replace that. But yeah, got some damage, fixed it, and hit it quite well. Now let's go inside and Cheryl will show you what we got going on inside.
Welcome to the Coles trailer. Lots of room to dance, entertain. Love the slide out. It is the table and the sofa is one full slide out. And one of the most important things, one of the most important reasons we got this trailer is when the slide out is in, everything is still fully usable when we are off grid. You can go from one end to the other. When you pull over, you get to the bathroom, you can still cook meals, you can still use the bed. Everything's still accessible. We'll start out with the tip out, and first, it is a queen. And what I bought recently, garage floor tiles, the foam ones, they're like puzzle pieces. There's 6 of them together and they fit perfectly in this area. There's 2 and then 4 and 6. So they will provide some insulation and a bit more comfort under the mattress because the mattresses are quite thin. So we'll give those a try. I don't know about the moisture content building up underneath. We haven't tested it yet to determine that, but we will let you know. So this is quite open back here. There are hooks actually up top that you can hang clothes on the hangers. And I hung this cargo net carrier in here if they want to throw extra clothes or whatever in there. So it's got 3 zippered windows, which let a lot of light and breeze, cross breeze through, which is great. It's got a fan light here. It does a little bit for circulation, so that's good. And it has a privacy curtain here. So if we have the kids with us, then they can just stay out of our way. They can just sleep here because they like to sleep in forever. So it doesn't bother us in any way in the main portion of the trailer. So it works out great. It's next to the tip out is this little cubby area here. I've hung a couple command hooks up here just for like a shower bag and a little backpack. On this side here is just storage for, I don't know if you can see, there's extra towels and mats, and there's quite a bit of storage, which is really good. And just some odds and ends. I've got the chamois for drying up our water spills. There's some extra tools, flice water, the fan for the tip out, and some of the dog stuff. So that extra stuff goes in this little cubby area. I've used some more command hooks for hanging the leash. Over here we've got a broom one to hang the broom because we always sweeping, and this just keeps the broom out of the way. Now this came with a trailer, which is kind of neat. This little spot up here is for charging your phones. There's the plugins are up here, and the cord just comes through, and they can just rest in here and charge. There's hooks for the keys here. Nice little area for a garbage can too, which I really like. They'd probably be good as a shoe storage area, but I prefer the garbage can here. So the kitchen, I like the kitchen. Freedom Express has a cool thing. A lot of times this is just your little sponge shelf or something, kind of a useless area. But what they did is it's a cutout for the cutlery. It goes around the base of the sink, so you got all your compartments to put all your cutlery in. So that, 2 thumbs up for that idea. I use a couple baskets with a little shelf just to use my vertical space. We've got a cutting board here that Ben and our friend Pete put together to cover the stovetop because there was no cover on it, and if there's no cover on it, you can't really use the space very well, so this works out perfectly. The oven situation, I could do without it, but we have it, and we've used it, I think, 2 or 3 times for Thanksgiving dinner just to heat things up, but generally it just gets used as a bread box. So, I mean, if you have an oven, it's okay to have because it's still storage either way. And there's just some storage underneath that. So it's very narrow, so I just have large, my collapsible dish pan goes in here, dish basin goes in here, and this pan I use for foil dinners and stuff. From transferring the fire, I just carry them on that, and trash bags. Lots of cupboard space up here. Do. So I use baskets for the cups and glasses. Well, I don't use glassware because it's breakable. All this is like acrylic and the metal. They go in the basket, so you just can take the basket out. They don't fly out. All my collapsible bowls and things, I love those. Collapsible storage containers in here. And some more bowls and trays, salad spinner, cutting boards here. Our Contigo drinking mugs here, and then bowls and plates here, and you use the shelf liner. It keeps them in place and they don't go anywhere. And this is just like extra odds and ends, the pots, the cleaning supplies, and the saran foil, that sort of thing underneath, and the soap. We have our two-way standard fridge freezer. It is propane and electric. We use electric most of the time, but when we're off grid, we just switch over to propane, so that works out great. It's very spacious up top. Storage up here. Keep the smaller stuff in the basket. It's handy there. Well, I can reach it. With a basket is handy, but sometimes when I'm trying to get something up here, then just pull out my little collapsible stool, and then I can grab something from the far back. Collapsible everything. Okay, so this is the entertainment pantry area. So it's nice, there's a 32-inch TV that comes with the trailer, and it just pulls out and swivels either way, so you can see it from the dinette or the bed, whatever, if you're not sitting on the couch where Ben is. Very well laid out. Entertainment system here, it does have DVD, so I do have DVDs to put in. It's Bluetooth, radio, your typical entertainment system. And I'll give you one quick little view of the pantry. You ready? Here we go. Very deep. Yes, it goes all the way back. So like my full arm's length, it goes deep. And it's tons of storage. You can use it for food or clothing items, whatever you like. And if we come on over around, there's yet again more storage that goes the whole length of the TV. So what we have back in here, I can't even reach in that far. We've got a little card, no, what do you call it, a little TV table that folds up, and we have that. Another stool to put at the end of the dinette if we need another seat. A cooler bag, instruction manual for the trailer. Make sure you have your instructions to figure out things if you don't already. And I think that's about it. And we also got this little shoe rack area here. It's just more out of the way, so we just put our extra shoes and boots on a rack here. We just have to move it when we turn the furnace on because there's a vent down below, and it would get really hot. So this can just slide back and forth. So this is the multi-purpose office / dining eating area, games area. And up here we have our handy map that we just put stickers on of all the parks we've gone to. Mind you, we need to update it still, right, Ben? Yeah, so we'll have to update that and put that in our videos. And then you've got your black, gray, and fresh tank monitor system here, and your furnace and air conditioning here, controls. Okay, so this goes down into a bed as well. We've never used it as a bed, I don't think, but it does go down. The cushions just go across, so it's a good size. What I liked about this is it's got the doors at the end of the dinette. Quite a few trailers, actually, you can't access underneath. You have to lift up this, the cushion, and then the board under here to get what's in there, which is kind of a pain, especially if somebody's sitting on it. So I really like the doors, but it is deep in there. So what I did is got these, I think I got these from Canadian Tire. They have wheels on them. They go the full length of the bench seat. And our toaster oven that's up on the counter, I put it in here for storing. And this just pulls in and out. I just keep like extra lights for when we're off grid, batteries, tape, that sort of thing. So that's on each side. So that's lots more storage. Then onto the sofa / bed area. This opens, it's a tri-fold sofa. It opens up into a bed. Before I continue with the bed, see all that, tons of storage. Keep all the bedding for the sofa underneath it. It's not a full flat surface, but you can always add a topper, smooth it out a little bit. But yeah, so in a pinch, there's another bed, so you can fit 2, 4, 6, 8 people in this trailer to sleep. I got more storage up here. We've got the games area here. Just pens and paper and stuff here. And these last two cupboards, I've got some DVDs and disposable plates and cutlery cups and all that sort of thing. So tons and tons of storage in this trailer, which I love. And what we love most is the open concept of this. There's no wall dividing the bed and the living area. Most of the time it's just us anyway. But in case you do need to shut it off, there's a curtain that goes across. So that leads us to the bedroom area. Queen bed here. We each have a nightlight. It's blue, or you can make them the white reading lights. Speakers actually here and over the couch area and outside. We each have two giant areas up here to store our clothes. Tons of storage under here. Got laundry basket, some blankets, and all the camera equipment. We also have gas struts that Ben put in a long time ago, because otherwise we'd always use our shoulder to try and get stuff in and out, and that was a real pain. That hurt my shoulder, so the gas struts have worked awesome, which all trailers should have gas struts in their under their beds. Also, we got a couple ottomans here for if you're on the couch, you want to put your feet up, or for extra seating, because we always have a lot of people come and entertain. I guess we entertain a lot of people, and this is used as extra seating, and it's used as storage. So I just keep pants in here and extra blankets in here. Yeah, so I've got command hooks on either side for hanging hats and our O-light flashlights, and more hats. And my day bags are down here, and these unmentionables hanging there. So on either bedside, Ben changed out the outlets only for outlets with USB in, so we can plug in our phones and our watches. So that's 2 thumbs up for that. And as well, he put in an outlet. It's got a DC outlet, so when we are off grid, you can still plug in like the TV and watch it, or whatever else uses DC. And there's 2 USB plug-ins here, so we can do our watches over here too. There's a lot of USB stuff. I have some USB fans too that we run. So this is the entrance to the bathroom, and we just have an over-the-door hooks to hang our jackets on. And as we open the door, there's the shoe hanging organizers that most people have, I guess. It's just all like bathroom supplies and first aid stuff. So it's just easy access to have it in these compartments. Command hooks again for hanging towels. We have a medicine cabinet. We have under the sink storage, and we have a nice shower, a corner shower with doors that slide open. And we swapped out the original shower head that came with it, because they're useless, and put an Oxygenics one in, and it just saves the water, and it's a lot nicer shower. So there are a few tweaks that I would like to see changed on this model of trailer. Ben has done a couple modifications already, but I'll show you what should be changed for next time. First thing I would change is the placement of the electronics panel. When the slide out is in, it comes to about here. You cannot access this when the slide out is closed. It should be either in the bathroom or by the door, as most are. So when the slide out is in, I have to open the window, pull it so I can see what's on or off, or when I have to turn the water pump on when we're filling up. So that's kind of an odd spot, but I don't know if it has to do with the wiring of the trailer or what, but it would be best if it was at the front door. Another thing I would like to see change for next time is this window to be open. It's a beautiful scenic window, but there's no purpose other than to look out the window. There is no cross breeze, so on a really hot day, there's nothing happening here. There's only my window side that opens, but there's nothing that can open. No cross breeze. I don't know if it's a design flaw in this trailer, but in the recent few years that we've been driving in the rain, water comes up through the bottom of the slide out and soaks the ends of the carpet. You've tried replacing the rubber stripping underneath, but it hasn't really helped. A lot of trailers now are getting rid of carpet, but that would be the other thing I would change out. Another modification which I've seen in some trailers recently is the cutout back in here, because it's so difficult. It's wasted space right here. You can hang your clothes here, but then to try and get anything, like I still can't get to the back of the closet. That makes no sense. You can have your CPAP machine back here plugged in because there's outlets. You can have your watch phone charging back there. Whatever you need to store back there. It makes way more sense. So that would be fabulous. Ben, I challenge you. You've already done a few great modifications. That would just be the cat's meow if we could get that on either side. Just putting it out there. We hope you enjoyed the tour of our travel trailer. We enjoyed showing it to you. We do pack a lot. We can work on it.
Yeah, we pack a lot. Yeah. So anyway, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to be checking out a couple little trailers.
Yes, the Trillium and the Little Guy Max. So stay tuned.
Join us for that. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.